Pleasure to see everybody. Thank you so much. I'm Andy Stoyer. I'm the CEO and co-founder of a company called Composer. We are a content marketing company. We've developed an AI content marketing platform. The website is at composerapp.ai. I'll just drop it here in the chat there. And what we're going to talk about today is how you rank organically on Google in the top three. And we're going to deconstruct this a little bit, go through a little bit of a tutorial and some live examples and show you just how it's done. So it's not going to be theoretical. This is going to be street level kind of stuff that we'll talk about. So we'll jump into it. So again, I'm Andy Stoyer, CEO of Composer App. My colleague Andrew here is our partner manager. Andrew runs all the new relationships that we build with our clients, helps to onboard them and get everybody started and get the right kind of solution in place for your business. Everything we do is bespoke and custom for your business. What I wanted to do was talk a little bit about how you get started with ranking in the top three. And so what we'll do today on today's call for the agenda is we're going to talk a little bit about some keyword research, because that's first and foremost. You got to know where you're pointing your efforts and what's going to yield the right results for you, bear fruit. So we're going to dig into some keyword research. We are also going to talk a little bit about Google My Business, because as long as Google My Business has been around, it's the key driver for traffic, and it's a great way for you to be able to get yourself into the top three. And it's an accelerator, so we'll talk a little bit about that. And then we're going to walk through a real-time demo to show you, and we're going to write content for somebody here on the call for your website and show you what it's like to create content, because content is the gas in the car for SEO. It's extremely important. It's highly unlikely that you're going to rank organically if you don't have content on your website. So that's kind of the agenda. Let's just start digging into it here. So first and foremost, keyword research. So the big question that we always get asked is, what do I write about? I know content is important. How do I structure my strategy? Like, first before we get tactical, we got to talk about strategy and what's going to give me the most competitive advantage, what's going to get me results. Just like you wouldn't climb Mount Everest right out of the gate here, same thing kind of applies when you're doing keyword research. You want to be able to pick a strategy and a tactic around that that's going to help you get results, and do something that's within reach, right? So you want to get to the first summit, and then you want to get to the next one, and then the next one. And in order to do that, you have to pick keywords that aren't extremely competitive. They're relevant for your business. So you got to make sure that you're not climbing a hill that's too steep and too competitive. So we're going to dig into this. So I'm going to ask for a little audience participation here, and I'm going to ask somebody to post their website into the chat, and we're going to do some keyword research for you. We're going to just show you how it's done. And I'll share my screen. So first up wins. Let's go. Who's going to be the lucky contestant? All right. Let's go with Chris's right here. Awesome. Thank you, Chris. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to use a tool called Ahrefs. Has anybody heard of a software called Ahrefs? Do we know what that is? Yes, no, yeah, you have. Okay, Raquel. Great. So what Ahrefs is it's a tool used by SEO companies. We use it when we work with our clients. And I'll show it to you. It's pretty awesome. So this is Ahrefs here. And what we're going to do is we're going to enter in this URL, shotbot USA. We're going to enter this website here. And what we're going to see is that, this is the amount of search traffic that is coming to the website now. We're just getting started here. Um, so, we're at the beginning, stages of this. The DR is your domain reputation. So this is early stages, looks like a new website. So what we're going to do is, we're going to look for some keyword opportunities and where we can find some new keywords. So to do this, we're going to go to a link called Organic Keywords. And these are currently keywords that you're ranking for, whether you knew it or not. These are keywords that you're ranking for. So let me kind of deconstruct what's going on this page. This is the keyword here. This is the volume of the keyword. So this is how many searches get done per month per keyword, right? So shooting bot, for example, is 800 searches a month. This is the KD right here, the keyword difficulty, how competitive a keyword is, and likely how much traffic you're getting from that keyword. If you're there's no paid search here for those keywords yet. And this is the position that you're currently ranking for. So you went from not ranking to position 4 on Google for shooting bot, for example, for that keyword. So, these are pretty general keywords, probably not buyer keywords, probably not the ones that you're looking for. So for the person who sent that website, let's just go to their website and take a look. So, okay, ShotBot, portable target systems, experience the future of firearms training with dynamic action targets. Okay, so let's just say firearms training, right? Because that's really what we're doing here. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to a tool called Keyword Explorer here. And you can enter in a keyword here, and you can do that, but we're going to enter it into the Magic AI tool that they have here. And we're going to look for firearms training as a keyword. And it's going to kick out several keywords that are related to firearms training: gun safety, shooting range, firearms instructor, pistol training. Pretty cool right out of the gate. So we're going to search for those kind of search terms, and we're going to say, how much traffic is related to these now? Hey, now we're talking. All right. So shooting range, look at that. It's got a KD of 2. It's not competitive. Oh, look at that. It's also got 46,000 searches a month. Pretty awesome. So this, shooting range is probably, a good buyer intent kind of keyword, right? So, and we'll keep going here, right? Concealed carry. That's a very competitive search term, so I would not choose that. Target shooting. It's a KD of 30. What you want to do is look for KD, keyword difficulty, how competitive a search term is, and you want to pick maybe, if it's a new website, I would say 20 is probably the cap that you want to aim for a KD. Keyword difficulty is a logarithmic scale that is between 1 and 100. 100 is like is a search term like SEO is probably 90, or a search term like email marketing, probably 90. Very, very competitive search term. So you want to kind of pick something that's in the attainable range. This is my comment about climbing Everest day 1, right? So you want to pick something that's, within range. Shooting drills, for example, it's a 7. That's good. That we want to look at that, and it's relevant. So there are really 3 criteria that we're looking for. Does it have purchase intent? Does it look like that person is going to buy something from you? Does it also have search volume? And is the keyword difficulty under a highly competitive range? Is it within reach, right? So there's some cool tools here in Ahrefs where you can look at, like, you can cap this out at, let's say, keyword difficulty of 30, for example. and a search volume of, let's say the search volume, it has to be a minimum of 200 searches a month, right? And we'll just start there to sort these keywords. And what it does, it kicks us out a short list here. So pretty cool. So now we have, shooting range, target shooting, shooting drills, and handgun training as our target keywords. They're all within range for a keyword difficulty. So we know that we can rank for these by writing content that uses these keywords here. And we also know, hey, there's a lot of search volume there. That's, between all of this, it's pretty close to 50,000 searches a month. If you rank in the top 3 by writing content for these, you are going to get a lot of traffic. So this is kind of like the main, the main idea here. Let's go with somebody else. So I'm going to go back to our list here of websites and pick another person. So plushretirement.com. That sounds interesting. Let's take a look at that. So we're going to go back to our tool here, and we're going to go look at plushretirement.com.
While you do
Okay.
that, I'm going to answer Christie's question for a second. In terms of what are good target numbers, the reality is every industry and niche has a different pool of traffic to be going after. So you have to understand your market and the relative traffic that there is in play. But again, Ahrefs will show you how many people are asking the important questions that relate to your business on a monthly basis.
So I'm just going through a few websites here. Looks like there's a lot of new websites, which is not unusual. And so when we're looking at new websites, what we're doing is we're looking at how do you go from 0 to 1, right? And what's the easiest way to do that? So I was talking about Google My Business for a minute. Does everybody have a Google My Business account? Does anybody not have a Google My Business account? If you don't have a Google My Business account, what I recommend that you do is you go to Google My Business and you go here and you create your own account. It's free. It's these listings that we all see on Google Maps, right? And you want to go build your listing there. You want to do that for several reasons. One is, and it doesn't matter what kind of business you have. If you have an interior design business that isn't necessarily local, or if you have a shipping business, or whatever business you might have, maybe it's a consulting business and you're an international consultant, doesn't matter. You still want to get a Google My Business listing. Why? Because it helps to build your online profile around who you are. It tells Google specifically, I'm here. Very important, kind of thing that you want to do there. So definitely go get your Google My Business listing. When you get your Google My Business listing, what will happen is that you'll fill out all your information. They'll send you a postcard to the address that you put there. So you want to put a physical address. You don't want to use a PO box. You want to use a physical address where you're going to get mail. And what they're doing is they're verifying that you are at that address. When you get that postcard, it's going to have a code on there. And you go back to Google My Business and you enter that code. That closes the loop with Google so that the Google goes, okay, cool. You are now verified. Your listing is authenticated, and we know that you're a real business. Yep, you can enter in your residential address as well. You can do that, and then you can decide to hide it once you've authenticated your account. So definitely go ahead and do this and get yourself a Google My Business account. It will help accelerate your going from 0 to 1. So if you're a new website, do that. Okay, so going back here, so you kind of got the idea. What I'm going to do is just do this again. Take a look at this website. And we will pick a, okay, great, eulogy writing. By the way, this is very sweet, whoever's website this is. I love when people do, this is such a benevolent kind of mission-driven kind of business. Very cool of you. So Okay, so we're gonna say, okay, we've got like, what are we doing? We got 13 visitors a month coming to your website from search, and you want to raise that to thousands, right? So here's how you do it. You go to organic keywords, or you work with us. We'll do this for you. But you go here. These are keywords that you're currently ranking for, right? So eulogy sample, eulogy writers, and so forth. But what you're going to see is that these keywords are getting, relatively low search volume. They're all within range from a KD perspective, keyword difficulty, right? So they're all under 20. That's good. That's what we want. And these are the positions that you're ranking for those keywords, right? So you went from 0 to position 20 here. So you're on page 2, the bottom of page 2 for that, which is good because what you're going to do is you're going to inch your way up. And that has 400 searches a month. So you definitely want to get behind that, because when people are looking for a eulogy sample, they're probably looking for some help in that moment. What this is showing us is that you went from position 10 to position 5. So you're climbing up for professional eulogy writer, right? But now what you can do is you can look at, let's say, for example, we're going to go to Keywords Explorer now, and we're going to pick this one keyword, eulogy writing. We're going to get several searches here. Eulogy writing. And let's, in fact, we're not going to use those because that didn't produce good results. We're going to say eulogy writing service. And now it's going, there we go. That's a better search result there. So now we're going to take those searches and we're going to look at those. We're going to say, okay, are so we've got some keywords here. Now, this is part of the keyword research process. We discovered that the search volume is pretty low with these kinds of keywords here. So we're going to go to, an area called related terms and see if that produces better results. There we go. So search volume of 4,300. What to say at a funeral. So now we know that it's not eulogy writing that we want to actually go for as a search term. We want to write for what to say at a funeral, because that's what people are actually searching for. This is why keyword research is so important, because this gets 2,000 searches a month versus 400 for eulogy writing, for example, right? Who knew? This is why we do the research. Funeral speech, another one. By the way, these KDs right here, keyword difficulty, these are all within reach. So if you look at the search volume, we got search volume here for all these. This is good. We got KD, this is good. And then we've got relevant search terms right here. These are all proper. This is a great result for you to be able to write content for. So, so let's go for writing some content. And we're going to, what to say at a funeral, because that is, that's somebody in the moment who's looking for a solution. And there's 2,000 searches a month with that. So, so I'm going to set up your account in Composer. Andrew, if you can just take a couple of moments and
Sure.
talk a little about this, I'm going to start. I'll just set up the account and we'll get this going here.
Absolutely. I'm actually going to back up to a little more of an overall view of what we're talking about at the moment. You have a business, you have an area of expertise, you're a thought leader, you want to represent yourself in your content honestly. It has to answer the questions that people are asking in order for Google to send the right eyes to your content. So we always try to be intentional with content. We need to be thoughtful of who is our ideal customer profile? Who are we trying to reach? And we have to know what they're asking Google so that your content meets them where they are. That's kind of the most important component of this exercise, is that you want to craft content, you're going to the time and expense of doing it. You want Google to send the right eyes to that content. You want engaged people that are looking for the solution you provide. So again, those keywords are a way of marrying what you're trying to say with what your audience is actually asking on a daily basis. And fortunately, Google is very clear about sharing with us that information. Where is the robust search traffic? How competitive are each of these terms, and what you should be going after? You always want to represent yourself authentically. That's very important, but you have to make sure that the audience you're trying to reach will find its way to your content. And keyword research is critical in that sort of endeavor. Again, we're all still trying to educate Google so that they send the right people to your website. Those keywords are paramount in getting that task accomplished.
All
And
right.
somebody asked, apologize, I just want to answer one question. Can keyword content come from my blog articles? Not only can it come from your blog articles, but blogs are currently the fastest path to getting the job done. Blog results are now more than 20% of top 5 Google results. It is the fastest pathway to educating Google properly so that they send the right eyes to your website. So the answer is absolutely.
Okay, great. So I'm going to share my screen again. Now, what I did here in Composer, this is Composer, and I'll show you this in just a moment. But the first thing that I did was I added in this website, in Tribute Eulogy Services, into Composer. And what Composer did was it built a company profile. And it says, so Margaret, this talks about you, and this is what the AI says about your business. We crawled your website, and we looked at all of the summary of who you are and what you do here. These are the products and services that you offer. This is your target audience, and who you are. So pretty good right out of the gate that just shows you, what you do as a company. Now I'm using a different account here, so you're going to see a bunch of other keywords that are in there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in our what to say at a funeral keyword, and I'm going to enter that here. And we're going to write an article about this. So what to say at a funeral. So now what we're doing is we're training the AI in this moment to be your personal branded AI, meaning we've crawled your website, we've trained it on your voice, we've written a company summary about who you are, we've identified who your customer profile is so we can write for that person. And now we're writing an article about what to say at a funeral. And what we'll do here is we're going to write a blog post to get started. And this will take us now to pick a headline, right? Christy, go ahead. You got a question?
I do. Sorry.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. So with this website, as you mentioned, I like what you said. We're now training AI on who we are. Is
Yep.
this now going to be embedded, or is this just a way for us to formulate what we're posting later? Sorry about the confusion.
So yeah, no worries. So this is so the company information is now embedded. That's a global setting for your account. So when we write content, there are kind of two settings. One is the global setting for your company profile so that we can write in your brand voice. The second part of this is what we're writing for in each step of the way. And what we're doing is we're writing an article. We're training the AI here in each step for this session that is specific to this particular article, right? And the article is a blog post here, and we're writing a blog post that has this key phrase, what to say at a funeral. So, Margaret, it looks like you are the one who we're talking about here. So Margaret, you want to pick a headline here that is, we'll just do this with you just like we would do it with anybody else. So go ahead and pick a headline.
Okay, let's see. How about that third one? Unsure. Yeah, there you go.
Great.
That's the
You can
one that spoke to me.
regenerate headlines. You can also enter in a custom headline here if you like. But what we're doing now is we're going to go to the perspective page. So this is, tell us a little bit more about what you want to write about. So go ahead and pick one of these, Margaret.
Okay. How about that first one, expert advice?
Great. Okay. And now what it's going to do is it's going to write an outline. So just like you would write this normally, before you write the article, you're going to write an outline. You're going to write a little bit about the structure of the article. So this is the outline on the right-hand side. On the left-hand side, we've got a canvas where we can make changes to this. But just right out of the gate, this is a good outline. Unsure what to say at a funeral? Navigate your emotions with expert eulogy tips, right? So setting the stage, navigating the emotional landscape, understanding the art of eulogy writing, expert tips, crafting a meaningful eulogy, right? So good, just a good structure of an article right out of the gate. Why don't we grab your in tribute eulogy services? Okay, great. So what we'll say is promote in tribute eulogy services as the leader in helping people write a eulogy. Oops. Great. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add this in there. We can add several other, kinds of things here, but we're just going to go with this one just so that we can take this and sharpen our pencil just before we write the article. So it creates a new draft of our article here. And this is our outline. So we've got a good outline to begin with. Now what we're going to do is we're going to pick our ghostwriter. This is our persona of who we're writing, who's writing the article. Can be an SEO specialist, a financial analyst, a marketing manager, technologist, entrepreneur, lifestyle luminary. We'll choose a lifestyle luminary for this one because it's basically who you're targeting here. And what happens now on this page is it's going to start generating the article. It's going to write it in your brand voice. And we'll just give that a moment to get going. We have a new canvas here on the left-hand side. We also, by the way, in this step, we can translate the article into any language. So if you're writing for a global audience, you can do that. These are common suggestions here. You can add in any other kind of specific suggestion that you want to add in this step here. We'll just take a look at this, and wow, that's an 1,100 word article. Pretty awesome. And just like that, we now have, a well-written, piece of content here. So understanding the art of eulogy writing, personalization and authenticity, right? And, you can see that the article is written with bullet points here, and it's easy to scan just like people do on the web. And, role of storytelling and anecdotes. So, overcoming writer's block. Here you go. Great. So really great suggestions and an article that you can now write about that is targeted back to our keyword research here, where we know that there's a KD of 4, i.e. very easy to rank for, and it has really high search volume, 2,000 searches a month. This is a great way to drive traffic to your business by writing this kind of content here. So hopefully that quick demo was useful for you. And I know we're just a little past time. So what I want to suggest here is we have a special kind of program that we're running for this week for everybody in the call here. What I would recommend that you do is schedule time with Andrew. We're going to drop his calendar link here in the chat. Schedule time with him so that you can do a one-on-one call with him this week. This is only good for this week, this offer. But the idea is schedule a one-on-one call with Andrew. He'll do some keyword research for your business, help you figure out what you should be writing about, put a little strategy together for you, and then we can get you up and running and get you started. All right, guys. Here, I'm going to post this to everyone in the meeting. So schedule a time with Andrew here. Yep. So Cheryl, every article written in Composer is $50. So we saw them in packs of 5, 10, 15, and 20. We do all the work. We guide you through this process. It's a collaborative process, so we make sure that we're writing the content for you, but it's all written in your voice using the same process and techniques that we just went through. So what this does is it helps to accelerate you ranking organically on Google. It helps you accelerate writing useful content that we know that people are searching for, right? Marketing is a game of go fishing where the fish are. So what are people searching for? That's where the fish are. We want to write about that stuff. So we'll put the strategy together for you with Andrew. It starts there. And then once you sign up, we will we'll create 5, 10, 15, 20 articles for you a month. And we'll post them to your website, and we'll also promote them through your social media channels, right? So that's also part of our process. And what you do is you end up writing good quality content that you know appeals to people who are searching for what you have to offer. And we're promoting it through your social channels, which helps you become a thought leader in your social channels. So all of that is part of the benefit. Wonderful, guys. Well, I really appreciate everybody's time. Thank you so much. And please schedule time with Andrew and kickstart your business here. We'll help you get ranking and help you write some great content.
And may I point out that we have a pre-existing brand new customer with us today. I see Christy Vick of Renewed Pathways in Texas there, waving hello.
Wonderful. Hey, Christy, welcome. Thank you all. Pleasure to see you, and have a great day.
Thank you very much.
Be well.
Thank
everybody.
you. Have a good day, everybody.